Biological Psychology, Neurotransmitters, and the Endocrine System, Part 3. This goes along with pages 74 through 78 in the textbook. How do biochemicals affect my mood? Different sets of neurons use different neurotransmitters. About 100 neurotransmitters have been identified. A group of neurons that communicate using the same neurotransmitter is called a neurotransmitter system. There are three classes of neurotransmitters. The first are small molecules. Acetylcholine is used by sets of neurons involved in controlling movement of the body, in making memories, and in slowing the heartbeat and activating the digestive system. Alzheimer's disease may result from disruptions of this system. Norepinephrine affects arousal, wakefulness, learning, and mood. Disruptions of this system have been linked to depression. Serotonin affects sleep, mood, aggression, and impulsive behaviors. Serotonin levels can be affected by what is eaten. Malfunctions in serotonin systems can result in mood and appetite problems seen in some types of obesity, premenstrual tension, and depression. Antidepressant medications such as Prozac, Zoloft, and Paxil are thought to act on serotonin systems to relieve some of the symptoms of depression. Dopamine is used by sets of neurons involved in controlling movement, and damage to these systems contributes to shakiness experienced by people with Parkinson's disease. Other dopamine systems are involved in the experiencing of reward or pleasure, which is vital in shaping and motivating behavior. Certain other dopamine systems are suspected to be responsible for the perceptual, emotional, and thought disturbances associated with schizophrenia. GABA, or gamma-aminobutyric acid, is the main inhibitory neurotransmitter in the brain. It slows down the brain's neural activity. Some drugs amplify the inhibitory action of GABA. One example is alcohol, which results in impairments of thinking, judgment, and motor skills. Drugs that interfere with GABA's inhibitory effects produce intense, repetitive electrical discharges known as seizures. Impaired GABA systems are thought to contribute to severe anxiety, Huntington's disease, and epilepsy. Glutamate is the main excitatory neurotransmitter in the brain. Its release is associated with the ability of a synapse to strengthen its connection between two neurons, perhaps as part of the physical basis of memory formation. Overactivity of glutamate synapses can cause neurons to die by exciting them to death. Blocking glutamate receptors immediately after brain trauma can prevent permanent brain damage. Glutamate may contribute to the loss of brain cells in Alzheimer's disease. Peptides. Hundreds of chemicals called peptides have been found to act as neurotransmitters. Examples of these are endorphins, which are used in brain systems involved in pain perception. Opiate drugs, like morphine, relieve pain by binding to endorphin receptors. And our third type is gases. Two toxic gases that contribute to air pollution have been recently discovered to act as neurotransmitters: nitric oxide and carbon monoxide. Rather than bind to receptors, these gases affect the chemical reactions inside nearby neurons. Nitric oxide is not stored in vesicles and can be released from any part of the neuron. Nitric oxide appears to be one of the neurotransmitters responsible for the formation of memories. The endocrine system. How can my hormones help me in a crisis? Like the nervous system, the endocrine system is specialized for cell-to-cell communication. Cells of endocrine glands release chemicals called hormones into the bloodstream. Then cells of target organs use specific receptors to detect specific hormones, causing specific cell responses. Some major glands of the endocrine system: Each of the glands shown releases its hormones into the bloodstream. Even the hypothalamus, a part of the brain, regulates the nearby pituitary gland by secreting hormones. You have the pituitary, pancreas, the ovaries in female, the testes in the male, the adrenal medulla and the adrenal cortex in the adrenal glands, the thyroid, and the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus in the brain controls the pituitary gland, which controls the endocrine organs in the body. An endocrine organ's hormone product affects cells on a specific target organ of the body. Each part of the system uses hormones to signal the next or to provide feedback for subsequent hormone regulation. When a threat is perceived, the hypothalamus directs the pituitary to release the hormone ACTH into the bloodstream. ACTH causes the adrenal gland to release the hormone cortisol. Adrenal hormones and sympathetic arousal together result in the fight or flight response, a faster heart rate, or an increased energy use, to help the body respond to danger. And that finishes off Chapter 2, Biological Psychology.